John Oaks here with HANKSTERS Hot Rods here in our Homer City, Pennsylvania location. So what we have here is our newest addition to our inventory, 1969 Chevrolet Chevelle. This is an SS Chevelle. So you see ours is done in the blue color here, the blue exterior, probably kind of like almost like a Le Mans blue here on this car. You see it's got the white SS stripe the whole way back alongside the car. We also got the steel SS hood here for the Chevelle also. Now our car, all the bright work, the chrome front and rear bumpers, those are all in great shape. We've got the wheelet moldings here. We've got your drip rail moldings here too. Again, that's pretty much all as far as the exterior trim. We do have the mirrors here just on the driver's side though. Again, all the finish on all of that is in great shape. You can see we've got the SS emblems here on the side with the 396. And then you can also see our wheels. We've got the Magnum 500 style SS wheels with the beauty rings and the SS center caps. They are 14-inch wheels, and we do have BFGoodrich Radial TA tires on that, all of which the tread are in great shape. You'll see that a little better when we do our underside video. Now as far as the side of the car, the side is very straight on this vehicle here. Our elevations, our door gaps, you can see those are all in great shape. As we look at our glass here, you can see the glass is in good condition too. No chips, no cracks, and any of that. We will open our door up. We're going to take a look real quick inside. We've got the all black interior, front bucket seats with headrest. You see we've got the wood grain steering wheel, all black carpeting, seat belts front and rear also with factory dash, factory instrumentation. We do have a few aftermarket gauges which we'll list in the details and description, but all in all you can see pretty much everything's all factory in there. Now as we work our way back the side here to the rear of the car, again, I always want to check and make sure that our elevations with our quarters, doors, and fenders all kind of fall in line with the car, and it does. As we come around the back, as I mentioned, the chrome rear bumper here in great shape here. The tail panel here blacked out with your SS emblem, 396 here also. Again, down below you can see our tailpipes, nice oval cut tailpipes back here. And then up above, we'll check out our trunk lid. Now you can see gaps on this the whole way around, very uniform, and the elevations with your quarter panels back here are in really good shape. Again, the rear glass is in good condition. Your bright work, your molding all the way around there, that is in great shape too. Now we will open our trunk lid up. Just make sure I get the right key. And we're going to go under our trunk lid and show you how well this car looks in here. Now as you can see, the underside of the trunk painted that same blue as the rest of the car. Nice and shiny underneath here also. You can see your decals back here for your jack instructions and your limited slip differential here decal. You've got your full-size spare on a rally wheel. Underneath that we do have the bumper jack and the wheel lug wrench for it also. And you can see a real nice trunk mat in here. The trunk floor itself is in great condition. Painted that gray and white spatter paint back here. And your seals the whole way around the trunk lip here. Those are in great shape. They meet right here in the center. Nice and soft the whole way around. Probably fairly new. Trunk lid's a little bit tight getting it down, but again, it's going to seal up great and you're going to stay nice and dry inside here. Now as far as our taillights, you can see the lenses on those are in great shape, and the bezels nice and shiny the whole way around and black painted. They are probably fairly new for this vehicle because they are in great shape. Now we're going to walk our way around the passenger side here. Again, you're going to see that same white stripe the whole way down the side of the car. Our elevations with the quarter, door, and front fender are dead on this side. Again, all of our bright work, as I mentioned before, the wheelet moldings, your drip rail moldings, those are all nice and shiny, nice and straight. Again, your door gaps here, front to back, are very uniform. Glass is in great shape here too. We'll go ahead and open this door up. Just take a quick peek from this side. Again, as I mentioned, factory dash, all the factory gauges in there with a couple extra gauges also. And of course this is a 4-speed car, so you see the shifter in the center. Now as we come up to the front of the car, again you're going to see the matching SS396 emblems here. All your side marker lights, the lenses and bezels are in good shape there. And now around the front of the car. So this is your typical 69 front end here. The SS396 right in the center of the grille. Nicely chromed front bumper here also. And now you can see the fitment of our SS steel hood here too. All of your gaps the whole way around, and your elevations are really good on this hood too. So with that, we're going to go ahead and open our hood, and that way we can talk a little bit about the engine. So let's get our latch. And now that we're under the hood, we can see the underside of the hood here. It's finished off just in the kind of like the satin black here. We do have all the hood insulation here, and then we have an all blacked out engine compartment. As far as the motor goes, this is not your 396 motor. It is a 454, so that would be a non-original motor. But again, it's a good running 454. You can see we've got chrome Chevrolet air cleaner here on top. We've got the Moroso chrome valve covers here also with valve cover breathers. Now down below that, we've got an Edelbrock Performer ZO intake. That is an aluminum intake. Got a nice alternator here. All of your heater lines are all hooked up here and run. Power steering, power brake car. It's disc front, drum on the back. And then of course, it does look like they've upgraded ignition system just slightly. We do have some real nice Taylor Spyro Pro wires here. These are going to be, just want to make sure here of the size on them. These are going to be probably an 8mm wire, I'm going to say on here. We also can see that we've got a set of long tube headers here for our exhaust, and those are emptying into the dual exhaust, dual Flowmaster mufflers, and of course out those tailpipes with those oval cut exhaust tips there also. Now for carburetor, I believe this is it's a dual feed carburetor. I do know that. It's got the fuel log on it here. Got a fuel pressure gauge on it too. So that's pretty much what you have for your motor. Now behind this motor, we've got a Muncie M20 4-speed manual transmission. We also have a GM 12-bolt rear end POSI unit in it. We also have a 308 gear in that. So it's going to be a decent gear for getting out and just driving down the road. It's not going to rev too high for you. Just a nice all-around gear there for you. And again, with the 4-speed, it's going to give you the performance too that you would like to see out of the car. So pretty much with that said, that is our 69 Chevrolet Chevelle SS. We're going to go ahead next, get this car on the lift. All right, we're standing underneath our 1969 Chevrolet Chevelle here. We're going to go through the underside as we always do. Actually point out to you what we have underneath here for components and so forth. And then we'll get it down off the lift and get the engine fired up for you. So starting with the suspension, we'll go with, we've got a front sway bar on this. Sway bar bushings at the frame, including the sway bar end links. Those are all in great shape. As far as the suspension arms, your lower control arms, upper A-arms, those are just your stock stamped steel components on here. Ball joints and those are all in great shape too. All the little rubber dust boot covers are all intact. Steering up front, it's going to be factory, just stock steering. You've got the power steering on this, tie rods, all in good shape. The rubber dust boot covers on those are all intact, and you can tell that everything's been greased up and maintained very good on this vehicle. And as far as braking components on this car, we do have power brakes. It is disc brake on the front, drums out on the back, as with most of these. That's the way they are set up also. Now for driveline, we'll just kind of walk back through the car here as we go. We do have a big block Chevrolet motor here. It's a 454. We have that backed up with a Muncie M20 4-speed manual transmission, brand new clutch, and you can see it's got the heavy duty bell housing on it also. Now as far as looking at the transmission, your seals and everything like that, everything is all dry underneath here. transmission cross member here, that's in good shape. The actual mount itself is in good condition too. Of course, we've got the drive shaft here. That is a balanced drive shaft, so that's going to eliminate a lot of your vibration in your drive line. And then we've got a 12-bolt GM rear end here. Now this is a POSI unit. I believe it's somewhere in the low threes, like a 308 gear. Like I said, POSI. It does have the finned aluminum diff cover on the back, so that's going to help kind of keep it a little cooler for you. It'll dissipate that heat better. Then you can see back here we've got the stock fuel tank. The straps and hardware are all in good shape. The fuel tank itself is in great condition. There's no dents or dings in that. Then as far as our exhaust, that's the other thing obviously you're going to see underneath here. We've got the dual exhaust. We've got long tube headers from the heads. Dual exhaust all the way back to a set of dual Flowmaster mufflers. So those are going to give you good performance and sound good also. Then we've got the correct style of tailpipes that go up over top of the rear end and exit out the rear of the car, and a nice set of chrome oval tailpipe extensions back there as well. As far as the rear suspension on the car goes, it is beefed up a little bit here. We've got the boxed lower control arms underneath here, so that's going to add a lot of strength to those suspension arms. And then you've got your standard upper control arms there as well. As far as shocks go, it looks like it's got a newer set of shocks on the back, but they're just regular shocks, so nothing out of the ordinary. As far as the floor goes on this car, the floor looks really nice. You can see good solid floors. You can see all the correct bracing underneath. These are your right stamped steel floor pans here. You can see again the Chevelle is a full frame car obviously, so you see your frame rails here, and those are in good shape up both sides here. You'll notice that your brake lines and fuel lines are run along that frame rail really nicely. We do have the emergency brake here all hooked up with all the correct lines, all the correct hooks and everything, all complete all the way back to your drum brakes on this car. And then the only other thing really to discuss with the underside here, or running gear whatsoever, would be wheels and tires. All matching wheels and tires on this car. They went with the 14-inch, the Magnum 500 style SS wheels. So those are complete with your beauty rings and the SS center caps. And then they kept BFGoodrich Radial TA tires on there, a real popular tire choice among a lot of the hot rod and muscle car guys. But they are 225/70 R14s the whole way around on this car, and the tread is just like new on these things. So that's pretty much the underside of our 69 Chevelle. So what we'll do next is get this down off the lift, get that engine fired up, that way you get to hear what that 454 sounds like.